Taoist Magic Talk Show brought to you by Taoist Master Ji Sifu and Teen Dragon Taoism. ผู้亮天尊 Hi everyone, welcome back to the show. This is your Ji Sifu here, and today it's another very interesting topic for Taoist Magic and Taoism. So I have been on TikToks and getting comments. So cool. I never expect that. So some good comments and some questions that actually inspired me to make new podcasts on these topics. So where are the gods in Taoism? This is a thing that I think a lot of people don't understand, because if you don't have a master teaching you, it's really hard to understand. So if you listen to this podcast and you still don't understand, just let me know and I might make a second episode on it to elaborate more. Anyway, so the first thing is Taoism is like a category of religion. There are many sects of Taoism. For example, you see in China, there are the Wudang Mountain, they have Qun Zhen Pai, okay, and then they have Jing Yat Pai, and then they have Lui San Pai, many different Pai, which is like different sects, right? And the sect that I am running right now is called Teen Yat Pai, Teen Yat lineage, okay? So, usually people say sect, but I just started using the word lineage because I don't know why, so I keep using it. Anyway, so every sect, they are not together like in an association or whatever. Like, it's not linked. Every sect is not linked. They're all their own thing, okay? So don't think about like, oh, I believe Taoism, then it's like everything is the same. It's not like they're not in the same family. That's why they're a different sect. It's kind of like you say Kung Fu, right? There are praying mantis, Shaolin, Wudang, Hongga, many kinds of Kung Fu, but all of them are not the same family. They just fall in the same category of being Chinese Kung Fu, but everyone has their own business, their own company, their whatever you want to call it, right? It's their own thing. So Taoism is like that. However, a lot of people have the concept misunderstood and thought that, oh, Taoism talks about these gods, so it must be like every sect has the same concept, same God, and it's the same heaven. It's not like that, okay? It's not. Even though there might be similarities. For example, this sect say that they believe in the Samqing, okay? So like what they translate to the three pure ones, okay? So the three old guy on the altar. So this sect say that they worship this. The other sect also have this, and then another sect also have this. So are they worshiping the same thing? No, it's not. Okay, it's not the same thing. The Samqing is more like the three. You can say like father, mother, grandfather, like a title, right? So who is your mother? It's a different mother, right? So we all have father and mother. Your mother and my mother is not the same. My father, your father are not the same guy, right? That's basically what the Samqing is about. The statue is just a representative or a body for the God that stays inside. The God that stays inside might have the same body, like the same statue, but they're not the same guy, not the same God inside. Now, this is where it gets more complicated, because we have to talk about local gods and then the non-local gods and then the God that is above. So let us start with what we call local gods, okay? So let's talk about my lineage, okay? When you get ordained into my lineage, you can do so by going to my website, okay? We accept disciples online and you don't need to come over. So we do the ceremony by distance and teach you online by distance as well. So you can learn online without going to anywhere. Anyway, continue. So the local God means when you ordain, we send that God. Like, imagine God is not the right way to put it, but just think about it this way. God is like a form of energy, okay? And we put that into your body, like we fly it over to you by distance. just like, how we can fly a magic to someone by distance, right? To help them bust evil crap, to help them get rid of a curse, like we can do magic by distance. Why can't we fly a god to you by distance, right? So the god, of course, like you have to agree, right? So we fly the god to you and it stays inside you. And also at the same time, you are being registered into the system of the lineage that you're ordained to, which is like my lineage in this case, okay? So the system knows you, has like a profile for you. Now, how does the system do that? Well, if you sign up for a forum, what do? Well, you got a name, right? Yeah, my name is like Peter Chan 123. Okay, Peter Chan. So you get it, right? So you have a name that you use in the forum. Now, in the lineage, you are also being given a name, which is your Taoist name. So in our lineage, everyone start with the word teen. So you might be teen something, okay? Let's say your name is like Teen Funny, okay? So your name is Teen Funny. So that's your name in the lineage. So it's like a profile name, right? Now, in the lineage, we don't know you by your ordinary name. Your ordinary name may be like John Smith, but we don't know that. Okay, whenever you want to connect to the gods or whatever in the lineage, you communicate in the lineage, you are Teen Funny. Okay, so from now on, you have a heart spell. This heart spell allows you to call the god that we put into you. Okay, now this god that is being put into you follows you around, and in order for you to call it up, you have to use the heart spell, which has your name in it. Okay, so now you kind of have to think about it this way. The heart spell is like a phone number. So you recite the heart spell like you dial the phone, and then you stomp your foot. Now the phone rings, and the god will listen to you. Okay, so that's how you trigger that power inside you. Now, for this stage, you can just imagine the god as energy, but if you're actually learning, you should treat it like a human being, like a living being, not a human, a living being, okay? Anyway, so this is what we call local God. And it is very important to have a local God because this is what helps to save your life whenever you have trouble or danger or whatever, need help, whatever. This is like the God that stays with your body, like stays inside you. And so whenever you need help, this is the first line of response. Like this is the first God that comes to help. Okay, like for example, you're driving and then you're almost going to crash, or someone about to crash on you. The God will come out immediately and sense danger, come out and give you the protection to minimize the harm or the injury, right? So this is what the God can do for you. And whenever you do magic, this is like the first bunch of God that you will find right away. Now, there are local gods that is a little bit further away from you. That is from your altar. So if you have built your altar also has a god, which is actually cloned by your God inside your body. The God inside your body will like kind of multiply itself or clone itself, like make a copy of itself, and then it will stay inside the altar. Now, however, that's not it. That's not all of the, like not the whole story. While that God stays in the altar, it blends and combine with the power that is coming from the lineage and from me, which is like your master, right? So all that stuff combine and smudge together, and they combine into a new God, okay? And that God stays at your altar locally. So it doesn't go anywhere, it stays at the altar. So whenever you need help, you can go to the altar and ask the God for help, or talk to the God at the altar, and so on. So this is a more powerful God that is more powerful than the God inside your body, because the God inside your body is only like given to you, and you cultivate it as you use it and do your trainings every day. And like it's just yours, right? But the one at the altar can be a combination of you, the lineage, me, or maybe even some other people in your house. Like for example, your parents also got ordained and they also cultivate at the altar together. So now you have you, your father, your mother, right? Maybe your sister, everyone cultivating together to blend their powers into the altar and contribute to this God. Now you see the God becomes much more powerful, right? Imagine like you, if you're me, like before, back then, about many years ago, right? We hosted a local temple here in Toronto. So we have this temple, and people come and burn incense and so on, right? Their energy also mixes with the altar. So you see the God get bigger and bigger and more stronger as it like cultivate and everyone contribute to the God, right? So this God at the altar is also local and it's more powerful than the one in your body. So if you, like for example, today you faced an evil magic attack and you did some magic outside with the power that is inside your body, and it's like, wow, I cleansed it, but it's not enough. Like I come home and I still felt the problem. Then you can go to the altar and do magic at the altar for a more powerful effect, because that God is more powerful. What is magic? Magic is using the power of the God, right? So, so if you can use a more powerful God, then of course it's going to be more powerful and more effective against those stronger magic. However, now we have to introduce something else. Now, however, your altar, right, has that stronger God, but there is also a stronger one that is non-local. What do I mean by non-local? It's like it's not at home. It's not at your altar. It's not like somewhere that you can walk to physically. It's in an other dimension that is further and further away from your home. Okay? Now, you don't know where it is, and you cannot travel with like airplane or rocket. It's in an other dimension and other location that is far away from you. But to reach this dimension, you don't need to physically travel. Okay? You don't. It's like, well, if you ever research on like quantum physics 101, okay, they have that like entanglement thing, like no matter how far you are in the universe, right, as long as they kind of link together, then they will kind of like synchronize, and then they will become triggering each other. It's that kind of vibe, okay? So in order for you to connect to this non-local higher power God or gods, okay, then you will need to use the magic to connect to where we call the celestial court. This is what most people will refer to as the heaven of Taoism. Okay, it's not like a heaven like, you know, in the Christian kind of heaven, but it's where like all the gods, like the main powers, the gods, reside in the lineage. Okay, so like all the gods in the lineage are from this, like they are all in that place, and that is like the office or headquarter of gods. Okay, all the gods are there, and they are like all the stuff going on. It's like an office, okay, big office. So if you ever like did magic at your altar and it's still not strong enough, then you have that celestial court to back you up. And of course, to reach the celestial court, you need to be a certain level in the lineage to be able to do that. And it takes a lot more skills, and like you need to learn a lot more things to be able to connect to the celestial court to ask for the help, because it's a totally higher level kind of thing. Now, these gods at the celestial court, what are they for? Well, let's say you have a statue that you want to activate. Like you have, for example, you have a god of wealth statue and you want to consecrate it. Okay. Now, however, you cannot just like, well, you can put the god inside your body, like clone that into the statue and make it a new god. You can do that. Okay, that's like the baby way of doing it. But the more advanced, the pro way, okay, is to ask the court, the celestial court, for a master copy of the god of wealth from the lineage, and then put that master copy, clone, like make one copy of it into the statue. and now your statue has like is being granted a god from the celestial court. It's like a representative god. Okay, so you don't take the master copy. It's like the master copy have to copy and paste itself into your statue. Now your statue will have that power, like, to start off, with that power, and then you continue to cultivate it. So you see, this is why we have the celestial court, because everyone can get like a standard profile god from there into your altar, your statue, and so on. So yeah, but a lot of people are thinking that, hey, I want to talk to the God, I need to talk to the heaven. No, you don't, okay? As a Taoist, you do not do that. You don't, like normal stuff, everyday stuff, you do not talk to the heaven. That's not, it's like, okay, it's like now you think, I'm very happy living in this country. You don't dial the number and tell the government about it. Like it's crazy, right? It's like telling the government something or calling the government building for stuff. You don't go there all the time, right? Right? So what do you do with the celestial court is like the more serious stuff, like the heavy duty, serious things, serious matter, you will call up the court. Now, however, when you have like your daily stuff, for example, you want to talk about, today I'm going to work and someone's backstabbing me, I need some help, that kind of thing, right? You talk to your local gods. That's what the local gods are for, right? They are right there for you, dealing with what we call your civil matter, like your everyday life matter. And they are supposed to be doing that. That's their job, to help you with that, right? Daily life. So the one inside your body or the one at your altar, you can work with those, right? So the celestial court deals with what we call in the lineage the civic matter. Civic matter is like you're now working for the government, like as in working for the court, okay? Representing the god, being the workers for the god, working for the lineage. So if I am like doing a spiritual, not spiritual, I'm doing like an exorcism for a client, and the client come to us for help, right? Now I will connect to the court to help this person because I'm getting the highest power to represent the lineage to help this guy out. Now, I won't use my own civil power, like my local power. That's for myself, like my everyday life. I don't use that, right? It's like kind of like who paid the bill, the company or your wallet, right? If you're treating someone to a business dinner, of course, the company pays for it, right? You're not going to use your own debit card. No, okay? Now, however, at the end, I want to introduce one more, okay? Beyond the celestial court, there's also one more level that is higher than that. And this part is exclusive to our lineage, okay? I don't know, other lineage may have different things on their side, but in our lineage, we have a higher level, which is where the actual beings, like actual living beings, gods, like we call them the Lord of the God, in Chinese, San Jun, okay? And these are the people who actually pass on the stuff to us when we have our lineage. And this is like an other world. They are like real people right there from an other world that is more ancient than our world, but they're not like outdated. They're like very advanced. But yeah, those people are what we call the Lord of the God, and they don't interact with other people in the lineage. Their job is like they give us stuff, transfer the stuff to us through the celestial court. So whatever they want to give us, they put it at the celestial court, and then we get it from the celestial court. Anyway, it's another big topic. So I have to stop here today. Timer's up. And if you got question, comment, whatever, put it in the comment section and join our TikToks. Find us on TikTok, Senior Dragon Tao. Okay, so we'll see you in the next episode. And thanks for watching. Bye-bye.